Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today the card I like least is Green Joker. The basic premise is every time you play a hand, this is going to get +1 mult and it's just going to keep growing. Every time you discard, it's -1 mult. And so if you just commit to never discarding, then you can play 2, 3, 4 hands around for 20 rounds. You can grow this to +50, +60. If you pick it up early enough, maybe even +80 by the end of the run. And then also this bonus that you get, that +60 mult is going to apply to every hand that you play is going to get that bonus. And what I mean by that is if we compare this to the page 1 jokers here, you get +8 mult for a pair, you get +10 mult for 2 pair, you get +12 for a straight. And generally the idea is the more challenging the hand is to draw, the more reward that you get, the more mult that you get. Except Green Joker gives you the mult, gives you the reward to every hand that you play. And so the question is, if this is so powerful, why is this a common? If this is so powerful, why is this only $4? What I mean by that is if we go to Ride the Bus functions very similarly. Every time you play a hand, this stacks up +1 bigger and bigger and bigger as long as you don't play any face cards. Why is it that Ride the Bus costs $6? Why is it that Ride the Bus costs 50% more than Green Joker? If I'm using Green Joker, if I'm choosing to never discard, what am I missing out on by never discarding? Well, if you're never discarding, it makes it harder for you to dig for, these higher ranking hands, these higher scoring hands, like 4 of a kind or Full House. Whereas like with Ride the Bus, what you can do is to grow the bus, if you want to stack the bus, you can just play garbage hands. You can just play high card pairs. You could just throw them away. And then at the end of the round, when you're ready to score, when you're ready to one shot and win, then you can use your discards and you can find like a Full House or 4 of a kind or even like a high straight if that's the thing that you want to do, right? Whereas with Green Joker, you're not able to use those discards. You can use your hands like discards, throw away garbage as a way of digging to a better hand, but there's going to be some limitations there. You're not going to be able to dig as deep if you're not using your discards. And so, here's why that matters, because, let's say you get a very large plus mult bonus, let's say it's 60 mult or whatever, the higher ranking hands are generally going to have more chips. And so more chips multiplied by your times 60 or whatever it is, that's just going to be worth more points, right? Compared to with Green Joker, maybe if I'm only playing pairs or high card, 60 or 100 times nothing is still nothing. If we go to, like the planet cards here, later on in the game, it gets even worse, or the discrepancy gets even worse, right? Obviously, if we compare like high card to straights giving you 30 chips per hand, so like a difference there of 3 times as many chips. The mult difference doesn't really matter that much because you have like so much mult coming from the Green Joker itself. And so like the difference here, +3 mult versus +1 mult, that's not really the difference. The main difference is just the chips are way different. 3 times as many chips for a straight. Pairs are maybe like 50% better than high card here. But then, if we go to a Full House, 25 chips, every planet card is going to quickly outscale these things. You're getting way more points by playing Full Houses. And maybe we can't play Full Houses if we're using the Green Joker. That's like the surface level stuff. That's not really the big deal. The big deal is this. So you're missing out on all of these seals, for example. And so like purple seal, that's the obvious one. Of course, you get a tarot card when you discard. And so if I'm not discarding, then I'm not getting those tarot cards. If I have the purple seal in hand, the difference if I discard is -1 mult on my Green Joker, but then I get a tarot card. And the question is like, is a random tarot card worth -1 mult on my Green Joker? The answer is probably less. Okay, so if I get the purple seal, then I'll just use the discard, right? But for things like blue seal, things like this gold seal, if I'm not using my discards, I'm not digging as deep in my deck every round. And so these good cards, I'm not going to find them as often, right? They're not going to show up if I'm not digging for them with my discards. And that goes the same with these other enhancements. So, we've got gold cards, which are worth money. So I'm missing out on all this money. Lucky cards also worth money, not as much, but I'm missing out on all of this money as well. And what other kind of enhancements to help me score or whatever. And You know, I'm not talking about like super rare synergies, like, oh, of course you're missing out on some synergy that's very rare and, you know, you shouldn't worry about it. But like these card enhancements, like tarot cards, are very common in the game, right? And even seals are maybe more common than you realize. So in a standard pack, each individual card has a 20% chance of having a seal. And so if I open the standard pack that has the jumbo that has 5 cards, each individually having 20% chance to have a seal, you have a pretty good chance of getting at least 1 seal per standard pack. And that's every standard pack that you open. And so if you open, you know, a bunch of standard packs throughout your run, you're gonna get a bunch of seals. Except with your green joker, you're not gonna be able to dig through your deck to find your seals. You're missing out on all of this value. Same with the planet cards. You know, planet cards are very common throughout the run. You know, picking them up just from shop rerolls or picking them up from celestial packs. You're missing out on all of this value from being able to play straights and 4 of a kind and full houses and stuff like that. But let's say you did want to use the green joker, right? You know, this common joker, I want to build around this common joker. It is good enough. It is better than a lot of other common jokers. So if I do want to take this and I do want to try to maximize the value that I get out of this, you know, one obvious way is, okay, well, you just have more hands, right? So we're playing on the blue deck here. We have 5 hands instead of 4 hands. So more hands, we play more hands every round. This is going to grow bigger every round. Also, you know, with my other like synergistic jokers, what is the stuff that I'm looking for? And generally I would suggest you're looking for a source of chips. So maybe something like here, the gelato, where, you know, if I have all of this plus mult coming from my green joker, if I play my pair and high card, I'm not going to get very many points, right? We said already, you know, nothing times a big number is still nothing. What I need is the chips. And if I can't get the chips from the planet cards, because, you know, leveling up pairs and high cards don't give me that many chips, what I need are the chips from the jokers. And so maybe what I want is, you know, here plus 100 chips from the gelato. This makes every hand as powerful as straight flush. Every hand is 100 chips now. And so I can just play pairs and high card, you know, regardless. Maybe gelato's not the best synergy with the green joker. For a short time, it is very powerful, it's worth it, but, you know, long term, I want to be playing lots of hands, and if I'm playing lots of hands, of course, my gelato is going to melt. So maybe instead of what I'm looking for, something like Todd here. Todd makes it much easier for me to play, or makes it easier for me to get permanent chips here, you know, by playing pairs of odd cards, or 2 pair of odd cards could be particularly powerful. You get 120 chips for playing 2 pair. Or, you know, the square joker as a combo with the green joker, if this is giving me a stacking chips bonus. Even just the runner is like fine. You know, even it's going to be hard for me to play a lot of straights, but I can still probably play 1 straight per round. And as long as I'm playing 1 straight per round, the chips that you get from the runner apply to every hand that you play, not just the straights. Like, it grows when you play a straight, but the bonus applies to every hand. Maybe the best is probably the blue joker. So blue joker, you know, it's not decaying like the gelato is. It just applies the chips to every hand. So, and you don't have to work to build it up like the runner or like the square joker. Here's the issue I have with the blue joker is, why is the blue joker so blue and the green joker is not that green, right? Like, they're both commons, right? Why is green joker so bland? Anyway, let's take the green joker and let's see what happens. Alright, so first lesson about these kind of scaling jokers, green joker, ride the bus, square joker, you know, in general, what I say is, every time you play a hand, it costs you $1. And so maybe we don't want to be wasting hands, though, you know, kind of the conversion rate, if I go $1 per mult, is that a good conversion rate? $1 per mult, $5 for 5 mult. That's probably good enough. That's probably worth it. But early on, it's not just 1-to-1. It's not just $1 for 1 mult, because every dollar I have has the potential to earn interest, and then it's compounding, earning more interest on top of that. I'm spending my money to get money generating jokers. I'm spending my money to get money generating card enhancements, getting seals from the standard packs. And so this is what I suggest. don't waste any hands until after you already have $25 in the bank, until after you already have maxed out interest. Otherwise, you're handicapping yourself. So here, what I'm thinking about is, what kind of hand can I play to win? And typically you play like 2 flushes, or maybe like a flush and a straight, maybe a flush and a full house. Maybe I'm thinking about also, I want to be able to win in, let's say, like 2 hands, or maybe win in 1 hand. I don't think we can win in 1 hand. So if I want to win in 2 hands, and I want to not waste any hands, let's discard first, looking for the flush. Okay, so we have a flush here. It's not a very high flush. And so if I play this flush, maybe it's something like 250 points. And then if I have +1 mult on top of that, another 25% on top of 250, that's not going to get me to 450. So I'm going to need 2 hands anyway. But maybe what I want, maybe I can play a hand to grow the green joker. And then when I do play the flush after, I'll get +2 mult. And then it'll be 50% more, right? In order to get to 450, I need a 300 point hand with +2 mult. Will take me to 450, right? Because that'll be 50% more than 350. So here I think this flush with the low 2, I think this doesn't score. So I'm actually going to discard first, looking for a better flush. All right, I have 2 pair in hand. Let's discard again, looking for a better flush. 5, 6, 7, 8. Not quite a straight yet, but I do have a pair here. So now I'm going to play the pair. We need 2 hands to win anyway, so I'll play the pair of 8s. And then now I can finish off with the flush here. And then there, that 300 point flush, if I add 2 mult, is worth 50% more. That's almost 450 points here. So that was the optimal number of hands that we can use, using just 2 hands. All right, here we can pick up the gelato, or we can pick up the clever joker. I said, the gelato has kind of this disadvantage of when you play hands, it gets smaller, it's melting, while we're growing our green joker. It also has this little bit of awkwardness. If I'm going to grow the green joker, I want to be able to play lots of hands per round. And currently, if I get the chips from the gelato here, I will win in just 1 hand, and that'll be too many points, right? Like if this is 100 chips and then the green joker gives me like +3 mult on top of my, let's say I play a high card or something like that, that's already 400 points, and maybe I only get to play 2 hands against this boss. Compared to with the clever joker here, if I have 2 pair giving me +80 chips, this I can control. This I can, if I don't want to score, I play high card or pair, and then when I do want to score, when I am ready to end the round, then I can play the 2 pair. And so generally with the scaling jokers, if you really do want to maximize the value of your scaling jokers, look for jokers that allow you to control your scoring. Turn off the scoring when you want it off, turn it on when you want it on. So I do like picking up the clever joker here. I'm going to save the rest of my money for interest. Okay, so here I'm looking to just win so that we can get $25 in the bank. And so if I play the 2 pair here, I will get the 100 chips plus 3 from the green joker. It's not going to be 600 points. Maybe I'll discard the king as well. So I'm going to need 2 hands regardless. That's okay. And then now any hand wins. I'm going to play 2 pair here. Yeah, and so maybe here's like the next lesson for the green joker. If I want to maximize the value of the green joker, what I want to do is I want to play a hand that is easy enough to play. I can play it very consistently without discarding, but as high ranking as possible. And so maybe straights are a little bit out of reach, maybe full houses are a little bit out of reach, but I think 2 pair is very reasonable. I can play 2 pair very consistently even without discarding. I think also flushes, maybe. We'll see, currently we've got 2 pair going, so maybe we'll just do 2 pair. All right, here we can pick up Blueprint is great. Blueprint is another way to sort of control our scoring. Depending on what I copy with the blueprint, I can, either turn it off or turn it on. I think for the purposes of this run, for the purposes of this demonstration, we want to demonstrate the power of the Green Joker, or perhaps the limitations of the Green Joker. We don't want to be, demonstrating the power of the blueprint. Like, you already know blueprint is good. So maybe what we'll do is we'll pass on the blueprint, and I don't think we need Steven either. So maybe, here's another thing to think about. Currently we're playing on the white stake here just because it's easy. For new players, for demonstration purposes. If you do want to play on the higher stakes, the scoring requirements are higher. And because the scoring requirements are higher, what you're looking for in the early game, you're looking for something that's going to give me a big early boost in scoring. I'm looking for the page 1 jokers are huge to start on the higher stakes. So maybe I'm looking for something like Steven to start me out here with my scoring, give me some way to score while I'm waiting for my Green Joker to grow. And then my Green Joker is going to overtake this later on. But because we're playing on the low stakes, we can get by with just Green Joker. I don't have to buy Steven here. And this is kind of like a lesson about the differences between the different stakes, the different difficulty levels. When you're playing on the low stakes, when you're playing on white stakes, you can kind of just win with whatever. You can win with a ham sandwich. It doesn't really matter what you have. You can get by with playing really bad. And so what that means is, from like a game design perspective, I think it's really cool that the lower levels are really accessible to new players. Like, anyone can play this game. Anyone can be successful at this game. But then it comes at the cost of if the game is too easy to win without actually learning the game, then you're not learning things like, how to properly evaluate booster packs, right? You're not valuing planet cards like you should. You're not evaluating the, deck manipulation, the deck building aspects of the Arcana packs like you should be. Also, with the Green Joker, it is, for a common, very powerful. It is enough to get you through the white stakes, but if you're playing on the high stakes, the scoring requirements are 4 times as big. And so on the highest stakes, on the gold stake, if you get the Violet Vessel as the final boss, you need 1.2 million points. And Green Joker is not the technology that's going to get there. And so that's a limitation. But it's going to be good enough for white stake, and we don't need the Steven here, so we save the rest of our money for interest and we just go next. Obviously, their blueprint is the thing that you take if you want to be overpowered or whatever. All right. So I want to try to get to $25 before I start wasting hands, and so I'm just going to play the 2 pair here. And then, like I said there, 900 points. If we were playing on the higher stakes, you would need 1,200 points. All right, Ramen is exactly the kind of thing that you want to see with your Green Joker. So Green Joker, of course, you get -1 mult per discard. And so if we said I'm just never going to discard anymore, then, the Ramen will always be a consistent, it'll be a solid ×2. Once again here for demonstration purposes, I'm going to not take this. Like I said, early on, if I do want to grow the Green Joker, what I want to do is I want to play more hands by scoring less per hand. So let's not take the Ramen here. If it comes up later, we can pick it up later. Definitely this is a very powerful combo with the Green Joker. Alright, do I want these Celestial packs? Do I want this clearance sale voucher? So here's something to keep in mind. If I am going for these lower ranking hands, then the Celestial packs are less valuable. You have a 1 in 3 chance of getting the planet card that you're looking for, let's say Pluto or Mercury for, high card or pair. And even if you do get the one that you're looking for, it may not be very good value, right? Is a Pluto card worth $4? Is the +10 chips from a Pluto card worth $4? Or, since it only comes up 1 in 3 Celestial packs, is the +10 chips from Pluto card, is that worth $12 worth of Celestial packs? Is it worth 3 Celestial packs to get 1 Pluto card? The answer is no. The answer is definitely not. And so, I think there are benefits to playing a high card or a pair build, and being able to just play whatever cards. If you're playing high card, it doesn't matter what cards are in your deck. It doesn't matter how big your hand size is or how small your hand size is. But that doesn't change the fact that Pluto cards don't give you very much benefit. So I'm not going to take these Celestial Packs here. I may take them in the future when I have more resources, when I have more money. What I want is this clearance sale voucher. If I take the clearance sale voucher, that's going to take me to $22. I'm going to go below my interest cap, so I'm just going to go next here. I'm not going to play 3 of a kind. I think I want to try to do this 2-pair because, like I said, 2-pair is something that I can play very easily, very consistently, compared to getting 3 of a kind might be kind of hard. So let's go next. Alright, let's play again here the 2 pairs, 6s and queens. I think maybe this doesn't score 1200 points, so I'm going to throw away a 7 as well. Cool, so now I'm looking for maybe another 2-pair here. Actually, sorry. Now that we have $32 in the bank, we should be trying to play more hands per round. And so maybe instead of playing the 2-pair, maybe we'll just play high card. Maybe I shouldn't have played the highest card. Maybe I should just play a 2. So this is, I'm not saying that this is the thing that you should do in a run. Typically, Green Joker is going to get outpaced later on by better things you could be doing. And so I would suggest don't invest too much in the Green Joker. Plan to sell it off later. Just like every common Joker you plan to sell it off later. But if you really did want to maximize the value of the Green Joker, then you would, burn all your hands and then spend the money to level it up. And so that's what we're doing. Alright, Acrobat could be cool with the Green Joker. And so like a huge multiplicative bonus. Also, this is going to allow us to, in the early hands, play several hands that don't score. And then it's only our final hand that scores. Like, that's perfect combo. Maybe even better combo than the ramen for the early game. For the early game purposes where I'm trying to scale the Green Joker, I want to not score very many points. And then later on, of course, we do want something like the ramen to give us, the late game scaling capabilities. Okay, the boss says hearts are debuffed. That's not going to be an issue for us. I am looking for, maybe to go with my plus mult, maybe another source of plus chips, like this scary face here. Maybe not that hard to dig for face cards to play like pairs of face cards. Though maybe something to consider here. What I want to do, one of the benefits of having like a large scaling Joker is if I have so much scoring coming from just the one Joker slot, then I have all of my other Joker slots left over where I can have, money generating Jokers, value generating Jokers. I don't think I need the scary face. I said I was going to take the clearance sale, but I forgot. And then I could have gotten a discount on my Acrobat, but I forgot. Now do I want the Celestial Pack? It is going to cost me interest because I didn't get the discount on my Acrobat. I think it's worth it now. If I'm using my hands, I'm not getting money from hands. After the boss, there's going to be a voucher and there's going to be, potentially Arcana packs I would prefer. So let's not spend here, save our money for the next shop voucher. Also passing on the scary face, we already have the clever Joker, we already have enough points. So 2-pair we know wins, so let's not play 2-pair, let's just play a low 4 here. Let's try to grow this Green Joker. Play another low 4. Play a 9 that's debuffed, perfect. We can play a Jack here. And then for the finisher, here's the big scoring hand. We play 2-pair and then we'll get ×3 from the Acrobat. This is synergy. Okay. Yeah, we've got a lot of things going on here. With this clever Joker, I don't have to play 2-pair specifically. I could play something like full houses maybe. If we are playing on the blue deck and we do have the extra hand, that is extra digging power. And maybe the thing that I'm looking for is, here with the trio, if we play the 3 of a kind. You know, what's nice about this is, again, I can control the scoring. I can, with most of my hands, play just high card, and then with my final hand play full house. We don't have any planet cards yet, and so it's kind of open-ended. I can play something like this maybe. Let's try that. I could also pick up 6 cents here as like a value generator. So I definitely want 6 cents as a value generator. Do I want something like the trio as like this very powerful X mult that I control when it's on and off? Probably it's that good. Now if I want these Arcana packs, it is going to cost me a little bit of interest here. And like normally I wouldn't stress about it, I wouldn't worry about it, because you know, you have the extra money from extra hands, you have a lot of extra sources of income, but currently I don't have any money generating jokers, and I'm using all of my hands to grow my green joker, and so for here, I'm not going to buy these Arcana packs, whereas like I might, if I was using my hands for money, I might buy these Arcana packs and not worry about interest. So we'll just go next. Alright, 2,000 points. We already know that we can hit 2,000 points. Even without the ×3 from the trio here, I will play the 6 for the 6 cents. Sigil, I can make everything a random suit. That's kind of interesting. Let's dig for another pair to go with my 3s. Yeah, I've got 2 more jacks in the deck. Let's try to get the full house. So now I don't have to worry about scoring too much. Let's go one more time for, yeah, maybe we'll go for the jacks still. Jacks and 3s. Okay, even without the full house, we know we already have enough points. What's the boss situation here? Boss says first hand face down. That shouldn't be a problem for us. We don't care what our cards are, basically. Do I want to use the sigil here for converting the suits, and then maybe I can make flushes in the future? Maybe I can make flush houses in the future. Flush house seems a little bit ambitious if we are not using our discards. So actually, I think we sell the sigil, though maybe we don't have to sell it just yet. If I hold on to this, then when 6 cents gives me another spectral card, it's going to give me a non-duplicate spectral card. So holding on to the sigil means I'm not going to see another sigil. Let's play the 2 pair here. Okay, we get 9,000 points for 2 pair, even without it leveled up here. And so like that's kind of the lesson, right? Is if I have chips from my joker, if I have mult from my joker, then it doesn't matter what hand that I'm playing. Okay, Supernova is like green joker here, growing, you know, scaling plus mult. So maybe something to consider is, you know, whatever my most frequently played hand, whatever my best hand is, let's say, you know, let's say 2 pair. Let's say I have 10 2 pairs, like half of my hands are 2 pair, or half of my hands are high card. However much the green joker is giving me, Supernova will give me 50% of that, at most, maybe. And then so, you know, instead of having like, you know, this large bonus from green joker and then ×3 here and then ×3 here, if I have another plus however much from the Supernova, this is the equivalent of times 1.5, 50% more than the mult that I already have. And so if I am going all in on green joker, if I'm getting so much mult from the green joker, I don't need any other plus mult, I don't need Supernova. But you could consider, do I want to do Supernova instead of green joker? And the answer is maybe. Alright, to-do list for the money. This is something I'm pretty interested in, having some kind of money generator. And so maybe what we can do is, instead of 6 cents, I'd rather have, rather than like the random spectral cards, I'd rather have just like the solid money from the to-do list. So we can do that. We can, I want this overstock voucher, you know, it's going to make my, it's going to give me more re-rolling value. It's going to make my money go further. If I have 50% more cards, I get 50% more value out of every dollar spent. I can buy overstock after the big blind, after the boss. So I'm at round 7 right now and haven't bought any booster packs, so we should start buying booster packs. Alright, so Venus, Uranus, Saturn here. I think between the three of these, we keep leveling up our 2 pair. Though, of course, 2 pair is not compatible with the trio. Maybe we can look for a replacement for the Clever Joker. You know, again, here, this is a common Joker, and so we can replace it with something better, some uncommon Joker. Do I want standard packs? Sure. So something to consider. You know, generally, you don't want to add too many cards to your deck, right? Because it makes it harder for you to find the cards that you're looking for. Even more so when you're playing with no discards. If I'm not discarding whatever cards I add to my deck, it's going to be that much harder for me to find them. But if I'm going for just like 2 pair or whatever, then maybe it's fine. So let's see here, between these. So here's something that's interesting about like the glass cards and the steel cards. These are going to multiply your base mult, right? And so if I play like a full house, glass card will be ×2, will give me +4. This happens before Green Joker. Green Joker happens after. And so if I have a lot of plus mult from Green Joker, then these things are not very useful to me, right? Or if I do have a very high level base here, you know, let's say I have level 10 flushes, and that gives me, you know, like a base of 30 mult or something like that. Then the glass would be +30, you know, 30 × 2, that's another +30. And then the Green Joker in comparison does very little. And so we said this before, you know, when we were talking about the greedy or the Wrathful Joker. We said Wrathful Joker, what's really nice about this is you get the plus mult before, you get the plus mult when the cards are scored, and then you get the glass and steel cards after, and then you get all of this plus mult after that. And so these get outpaced later on in the game when you have more card enhancements. Same thing happens to your Green Joker, same thing happens to your bus. And so knowing that Green Joker is going to get outpaced later on by glass and steel cards, then maybe I shouldn't be investing as much money into my Green Joker. Maybe I shouldn't be wasting as many hands on the Green Joker. If I get my Green Joker up to +80 mult, that means I spent $80 on this. $80 worth of hands. That could have been $80 worth of booster packs, $80 worth of shop rerolls, so that I can get these uncommon, these X-Mult Jokers. You just get way more value from spending the money rather than burning the hands. Also, if I am playing something like pair, high card, 2 pair, where like the plus mult scaling is not very good for the planet cards, then also these glass and steel cards are not very impactful. And that's why when you have the purple boss on the higher stakes, that's why you're not able to get 1.2 million points with just pair and high card. But if I want to go all in on Green Joker and really maximize the Green Joker value, we take this, we take the chips to go with this. If my, you know, 2 pair is not giving me that many chips, then I want a lot of chips from my jack here. And then now in the future, what I'm looking for is I want to make extra jacks to make it easier for me to get my 2 pair. Long term, maybe make it easier for me to get full houses. We don't buy the overstock voucher yet because of interest here. We'll buy it in the next shop. Go next. Sigil we don't need anymore. I guess I could use it for the to-do list to get a flush, but it should be easy enough to get a flush here. We can just discard looking for clubs. So here, I know I have an extra jack in the deck, so I'm going to keep the jack for the 2 pair. Okay, so we know a flush without any help scores 1,500 points. And so if I want to try to get my to-do list money, I don't need a 2 pair anymore. I can just go for another flush. Let's go for hearts flush. So if I play the flush, it'll win. It'll end the round. So let's play a hand first and then play the flush. That's a straight flush. That's awkward. That's a mistake. I should have paid more attention to that, but this is a flush. And then we get ×3 with Acrobat. And so, you know, here demonstrating the power of the Green Joker, where this applies to every hand that I play. Even if I play a flush, I don't have to play 2 pair, I don't have to play 3 of a kind, I still get +23 mult. Right now in Ante 3, that's huge. If you're playing on gold stake, the higher stakes, you need 8,000 points to beat this boss, so then it's less big, less impactful. Alright, what about runner? Do I want to level up straights to go with my green joker? It is difficult to draw straights, it's difficult to find straights, but the reward is honestly huge. Huge reward for playing straights. I can use my hands as discards as a way of finding straights. I think I'm going to pass on straights. I already have ×3 for playing 3 of a kind, and maybe I want to go for full houses instead. So let's go Celestial Pack first. I could level up 4 of a kind, I could level up high card. I could take here Saturn, I could level up my straights, then I could take the runner. That's something to consider. The boss, okay, to-do list is $4 for 2 pair. I think I'm gonna take the 4 of a kind here. We'll do straights in the future, we'll do runner. We've done it in the past and we'll do it again in the future. I love the runner, I love playing straights. So here we'll do something else. All right, we definitely want the voucher. We could pick up the gelato here. I think we don't need this. I think I prefer having, the clever joker. Like I said, I can turn it on and off. Let's go Arcana pack. All right, so stone cards are helpful. They give me a lot of points having the extra chips, but they do make it harder for me to get 2 pair, and you can't play a full house that has stone cards in it. You could play 3 of a kind instead of a full house that has stone cards in it. Maybe we play 3 of a kind jacks. Or we can go for planet cards, and normally I would suggest the planet cards, but maybe if I am playing like low ranking hands, the planet cards are less impactful, less useful. If I do get a stone card, I unlock the stone joker, and the stone joker can be a large source of chips for the end game. I think I'd rather go for the priestess here. And so if I am doing the green joker, if I'm not using my discards, that means I'm not discarding to find my stone cards. That's a thing that you can do with the ride the bus. You can discard to find your stone cards. With green joker, we can't do that, so I'll use the priestess. We can level up 2 pair. Maybe we don't level up 2 pair yet because the to-do list, I want to try to play as many 2 pairs as possible to get the money. Do I want to reroll here going down to $28? I think the answer is no, because again here after the boss I'm going to get a voucher and I'm going to want to buy the booster packs. I'm going to want to spend, at least like $10, $15. So let's go next. I think we don't level up our flushes. Alright, how do I create 2 pair? I'm going to start by removing the middle cards here. Okay, so I have 2 queens here. These could be 2 kings. I guess I don't know. If I sort by suit here, this is spades. Also here, I don't know what these are. This one clubs, this one diamonds. That doesn't really give me any information. So I'm just going to play the face down cards, because if I play the face down cards, that gives me information about what cards were used and what cards are left. Okay, so if I want the full house, I can play the full house. We don't need the full house. We know that 2 pair is a winning hand. How many times can I get away with playing 2 pair? For the money, is this going to be too many points with the extra chips from the clever joker? Even without the acrobat, I think that's going to be too many chips. I think that's going to be too many points. Here, let's say it's plus or times 30, and then I have 100 times 30. That's going to be too many points. So let's play just throwaway hands to level up. All right, now Uranus. And then we'll get the money. So no money from hands. We're throwing away all of our hands. We're throwing away all of this money, but we are getting money from the to-do list. And so by using the green joker to do all of our scoring, we have extra joker slots left over for money. Arrowhead is actually huge, actually very powerful with the green joker, because if the thing that we need is a source of chips, this is a source of chips. Also, it is controllable. I can turn it on, I can turn it off. So maybe instead of the clever joker, I replace it with this uncommon. Very powerful. World here as well. Empress less so. Empress not as important. You know, the +4 Mult cards. Again, here, whatever kind of enhanced cards I put in my deck, it's going to be hard for me to find them without discards. Green joker already carrying a lot of plus Mult here, so I'm going to pass on the Empress. I'm going to go try the standard pack. Blue seals as a way of leveling up my 2 pair here, giving me Uranus here at the end of each round. So maybe what we do is we pick up the 10, and maybe I can turn the 10 into a jack. Like I said, I am thinking about, you know, what kind of 2 pair, or maybe a full house I want to try to play. So let's do that. Though we're not going to get the maximum value out of our blue seal because we're not using our discards to dig for it. I buy the Arcana pack. It takes me to $36. I have money for re-rolling, so we're going to re-roll first in case there's some tarot cards that we want to use right away. We could get the Clown as like another value generator. Do I want another money generator? Like, do I need this scoring here? Can I go for more money instead? I think I want to do that. I think I want to go for the money. So 10,000 we already know that we can do. Garbage tag. Garbage tag is kind of funny where most of the time, like, the game has so many incentives in the game for you to use your discards. Use your discards to find your higher quality hands. Use your discards to find your higher quality cards. And so most of the time garbage tag is just blank. It just does nothing. But the rare time that you're doing the no discard build, then garbage tag is like off the charts powerful, right? Here giving us $22, the question is like, am I getting more than $22 worth of value by playing it out? And the answer is yes. I actually don't take the garbage tag here. Let's do this. I don't think we need the trio. Now that I have my leveled up 2 pair, maybe I'm just gonna do that instead of leveling up my full houses. So we can also, you know, replace that with something better later. You know, generally what I suggest, you know, when you're playing on the low stakes, what I suggest is 1 scoring joker per ante, as like that's the pacing that I go for. And so like here in ante 4, we've got 1, 2, 3 scoring jokers and then 2 non-scoring jokers. And so maybe I'm on the lookout for another scoring joker. But maybe another thing to consider, X Mult I count double, that's 2 scoring jokers. Green joker I count as also double because this is like giving us twice what a normal common would, actually giving us more than what a normal common would. Arrowhead uncommon I also count as double. So, you know, we've kind of got like 3 scoring jokers worth of value here. We can save room for extra value generators. Alright, Troubadour is actually, maybe I don't want Troubadour. I was going to say the extra hand size makes it easier for me to find my enhanced cards, my good cards. But having the -1 hand each round, I'm not going to be able to grow the green joker as much, so I don't want that. Definitely don't need Mad Joker. Definitely don't need any other sort of plus Mult if I'm using the green joker here. Saturn we don't need. Arcana pack now takes me down to 31. If I reroll, that's $25. To-do list says 3 of a kind. So let's re-roll again. Okay, Bean for the hand size. We could pick up Northern Lion for the money. As like a money generator, I like Northern Lion rather than the to-do list. But I like having the Clown. I think right now, to-do list is giving us more money than the Clown is, but like long term, when I have more money for rerolls, the Clown's going to be better long term. So yeah, let's open the Arcana pack first. Okay, we can take Hermit for 20 bucks here. could spin the wheel. We could make bonus cards for chips to go with our green joker here. Because I have the arrowhead, I don't think I need the extra chips. If I was using the bus, maybe the extra chips are more worthwhile, but with the green joker, we're not using our discards anyway. I do want this. I do want the hermit. I think I'm going to hold the world for in the next round. I can make my spades for my final hand, my winning hand. I do want Northern Lion here, so I'm going to get rid of the to-do list. And re-roll. If you're not already aware, the way the calculus works for the egg is, you know, Golden Joker gives you $4 per round, and that $4 per round that it gives you, it could generate interest. But, you know, once you're capped out on $25 in the bank and $5 interest, then it's not going to give you like even more interest. So there's like some limitations there for the Golden Joker. Compared to egg, you get the sell value only at the end, after you sell it. Currently, it doesn't like generate interest for me, the money that I get. But when I find a temperance card, the temperance card pays me backward in time, pays me $3 for every round that I've been holding on to the egg here. Meaning, you know, once you find that one temperance card, everything in total, now the egg has given me $6 per round. The $3 per round base plus the $3 per round from using the temperance. And every Arcana pack has a 1 in 7 chance to have temperance, which is like not guaranteed, it's not great, but it does happen enough of the time, especially if we're, you know, re-rolling a lot and if we're opening a lot of packs. And so it will be worth it long term. It'll be hugely impactful long term. I do have money for another re-roll here. Yeah, let's do it. Let's look for another tarot card. Photograph is not the kind of thing that we need, so the ×2 will happen, you know, ×2 on 4 is only +4, and then the green joker happens after, so we don't do this. We can level up our 4 of a kind, maybe still. Maybe play in the end game, play 4 of a kind as like a particularly high scoring hand. I'm kind of into that idea. I'm going to turn my 10s into jacks. Hierophant I'm going to pass on. It's only $2. We should take it. And then go next. Alright, garbage tag here, $22. We're getting $5 worth of interest. We're getting +5 mult on our green joker. We're getting a free reroll from the clown. We're also getting $3 from Northern Lion here. So we play it out. If garbage tag were like, what amount of money would be worth it, right? If I'm skipping the shop, I'm also skipping, you know, booster packs. Just being able to see booster packs is worth money. I'm skipping out on, you know, getting a free reroll in the shop. If this were $40, I would take it. But because it's not $40, not yet good enough. Even when it's at its best, the garbage tag, even when I haven't used any discards, still not worth it. Go next. All right, let's go dig for spades, right? Maybe dig for non-spades that I can turn into spades, right? Let's dig for I want my blue seal. So the way that I get my blue seal is by throwing as many cards as possible. I want to not play any spades. Okay, so we get the jacks and the 10s here. That's going to be my finisher. So if I play the king with the spades here, instead of getting 400 points for the high card, I'm going to get like 5 times as much. So maybe that's bad. Maybe we don't play the king. I want to play 5 cards. So I guess I'm going to play the jack. That allows me to get rid of the spades. Okay. Yeah, once again here, I'll play the jack, and then that allows me to get rid of the 3 of spades. I need to find my my blue seal. We have a straight flush here. Is the 50 times 40, 50 times 30, that's safe. So maybe we play these. we just play the ace high. Ooh, almost too much. All right, I am gonna use the world. What am I gonna use the world on? I think I wanna go jacks and tens here. And maybe I'll go for sevens as well. I want my jacks to be my bonus cards. I want to play jacks and tens. That's going to be my finisher. Now, question. Is it worth it discarding in order for us to get the blue seal? We have 25 cards left in the deck. I can draw 15 cards. I can look at 15 cards to find the blue seal. I lose 3 Mult on the green joker, but could potentially get the blue seal. Is it worth it? Probably not. So, well, it's like 50-50, right? 50-50 we get the blue seal or we don't get the blue seal. And what that means is, like, on average, okay, 3 discards I have 50-50, 6 discards basically we get it. So is it worth -6 for the blue seal? And then the answer is definitely no. Oh yeah, also we score 40,000 points there. Because of the acrobat, because of the arrowhead. This is all you need. You know, if you want to beat the final round, if you want to beat the final boss, we've already done it. But if you want to beat the higher stakes with this technology, it's going to take a lot more. So what do we want? That's kind of the thing, right? The way that the scaling jokers work is this will get outpaced by card enhancements, by glass cards, steel cards, by leveling up my poker hands, you know, higher level of straights, higher level of 4 of a kind, higher level full houses even. And so, you know, in the late game, you can count on those things. You can count on getting the tarot cards and the planet cards, and you can count on getting something like this. You're like a large source of X Mult, but like, what happens if you don't? What happens if you don't get those things? Then the scaling jokers allow you to sort of hedge your bets, right? If I have a high level scaling joker, if I've invested a lot in the scaling joker, then that protects me from the situation in the future where I get unlucky rolls and I get unlucky jokers in the shop. I don't get the X Mult in the shop. But in order to grow the green joker, it costs me money to do that. It costs me hands to do that. That money that could have been rerolls, those rerolls that could have given me the X Mult jokers, right? And so as far as like hedging your bets, I think it's not a good hedge. You should just be spending the money on rerolls rather than trying to grow the green joker. All right, do I want stone cards? That'll definitely allow me to score more points. I've leveled up my 2-pair, but I don't necessarily have to play 2-pair forever. I could transition into flushes. I could transition into flush houses. Maybe. Do I want to do 4 of a kind? So I'm thinking here, do I open the Celestial Pack first, or do I use the 4 of a kind? If I don't want to level up 4 of a kind, I open the Celestial Pack and there's no duplicates, so I'm not going to get Mars inside my Celestial Pack. If I do want to level up 4 of a kind, I use the 4 of a kind. And then we're looking for another Mars card here. We could take Jupiter for our flushes. We'll see. You know, one thing that, like I said, is nice about the green joker is it doesn't matter what hand you play, so we can level up different hands, possibly. I think I'm going to pass on the stone card. Every spade is a stone card. Every spade is plus 50 chips, so I'm going to pass on the tower here. All right, we get Brainstorm. Do I want, with Brainstorm, you know, I can copy the arrowhead, I can copy the acrobat. Brainstorm copies the leftmost joker, so, you know, here's kind of like a way to think about it. If green joker is giving me 100% of my Mult, then a second green joker is another plus 100%. That's another 2 times. So starting from here, Brainstorm is ×2 is what it would do if I was copying the green joker. Or if I wanted to copy the acrobat, then this ×3 happens first, and then my Brainstorm copying it gives me ×3, you know, at the end or whatever. Then this first ×3 is wasted because this plus Mult is going to happen after that. Or what I can do with the Brainstorm is I can copy arrowhead, and so like a way to think of it is like 100% of my Mult is coming from green joker, 100% of my chips are coming from arrowhead, and so if I copy the arrowhead, it's another plus 100% chips. So that's the same as a ×2. Brainstorm copying either Green Joker or Arrowhead has the same effect. It acts as a ×2, which means this is replaceable. I can replace this with any other kind of X Mult Joker that gives me even better than ×2. If it were Blueprint, you would use Blueprint on Acrobat, but you know, we passed on the Blueprint. So I think here actually you don't take Brainstorm. Of course, if you do take Brainstorm, you have the upside of, well, I can just get a replacement. I don't need to be copying these. I could just get better Jokers than these. And then if I have better Jokers than these for me to copy, then, you know, it's worth it. I can use Brainstorm to copy some kind of money generator. Not currently the money generators that I have, but, you know, in theory in the future. I think we pass on Brainstorm. If I want to commit to staying with Green Joker, we pass on Brainstorm. Now, Juggler for the extra hand size. I think I want to keep my money generators. Do we reroll down to $30? Where are we at? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, Dusk, credit card, none of these things we need. We could consider leveling up our flushes. You know, we play spade flushes rather than 2-pair. That's even easier than playing 2-pair, is just playing flushes. You know, we do have the extra spades in the deck, so why not? And then we do take the Arcana pack. We can use a Fool for another Jupiter card. We could use Hermit for 20 bucks. We could make a gold card. Whatever card enhancements that you're making, just know that it's going to be less impactful than normal if I'm not using my discards. So where I would normally highly value a gold card, maybe here we don't value the gold card. I think between the two of these, leveling up my flushes versus having the money, I'd rather have the money. And then that way I can just reroll in the shop for better Jokers. The question is, like, do I want to reroll now? Or do we want to spread out our reroll money? Because the more times you reroll in one shop, the more expensive it is. So typically you want to reroll a few times in each shop rather than a lot of times in one shop. I've only rerolled twice and one of them was free because of the clown. So let's reroll again. Hangman is actually pretty big. If I'm not using my discards, then it's even more important that I remove the bad cards from the deck. Burglar is actually huge. With the Green Joker, extra hands, I get extra scaling. What do we get rid of? Probably we get rid of the clown. So here, this is huge. This is huge synergy here. You know, the problem with pair and high card is like each individual hand like doesn't score very many points. Each individual hand sucks. But if you just play more hands, then you can make up for it. Also, Burglar, even without the Green Joker, this is money. Leftover hands is money. I'm going to take the Devil because it's going to pay for itself right away. And then with the extra hands now I can dig through my deck. Now I can find the good stuff. Okay, so what I want to try to do is I want to try to have this blue gold card left in my hand, and then that way we'll get a planet card. The question is, what planet card do you want? I think with the Burglar, 8 hands, I think we can go for the 4 of a kind now. Let's do it. If I am going to go for the 4 of a kind, what I want to do is I want to remove spades from my deck. Is that controversial? I want to remove aces from my deck. I want to build around my jacks and possibly my 10s. The reason why you might want to remove the spades from the deck is because my spades score too many points. It's dangerous, right? To score too many points. So maybe what we'll do is we'll play just the king and the high card 10. Okay. Pair is fine. We could play the pair of 3s. Yeah, just give me those jacks. Sorry, what's the boss situation? Boss says face down cards? Not an issue. Yeah, throwing away anything that's not jacks. Ooh, is a king gonna be worth too many points? Probably. I'm gonna hold on to the king for now. I can discard the 5 here by using the queen. Okay, now we ask the question, okay, the king is gonna be 50 times 40. 50 times 40, that's 2,000. So we're safe. Okay, so I don't have the 4 of a kind. I could do the 3 of a kind. I could do the 2 pair here since we already have 2 pair leveled up. 13 cards left in the deck. We didn't really get unlucky here. This is like normal. That's okay. I'll take the 2 pair, or do I want full houses? Let's keep going 2 pair. Because if I do get into like a sticky situation where I need to score, it's challenging for me to score, then I can just, you know, spam 2 pair. Of course, you know, we have 50,000 points for that 2 pair. Yeah, as long as we get the stone, or we get the foil jack, is basically a stone card. Banner is really good with the green joker, but, you know, as like the additional chips that we get right now, you know, very little compared to what the arrowhead does. The arrowhead is a premium uncommon. It is a $7 uncommon for a reason, very powerful. Also, banner doesn't work with the burglar because we, you know, don't have any discards. Slide joker is pretty good with the green joker, you know, as a source of chips. Let's reroll first. Okay, faceless joker, discarding, no. Flower pot, maybe. You know, it's pretty easy to get the ×3 if we're just playing like 2 pair or whatever, but if I am going for all spades, maybe not. There's that blue joker. The more blue than the green joker is green joker. We're gonna pass on that because it's making me mad. Let's go celestial pack. Celestial pack for, yeah, maybe I don't mind seeing Uranus here. And then we can open the Arcana pack. Okay, we could get Uranus again. We could get Emperor for some tarot cards. I think probably I'd rather have the tarot cards. So I think with the burglar, I can pretty consistently draw either like a flush or a full 4 of a kind. Maybe not 4 of a kind, but I can draw a flush, and maybe that's the thing that I want to level up instead. Yeah, I'm going to use the Emperor. Now the Death card, I can copy my blue seal. That's kind of huge. I don't think we re-roll here because we're going to save our money for after the boss. Okay, so I want to find my 10. And so if I sort by suit, okay, I know this hearts here I can throw away. If this is a 9 or a 10, that's bad. So let's play the 10, 9, and then this throwaway card over here. Remember, I'm trying not to score. Okay, this is a 10 of hearts. So 10, 9, ace. I can play the 5s, and then also I could play the face down card. I'm going to keep the ace in case I get the king of spades that I want to discard. Okay, by playing the 2s, I can get rid of all of these spades. Okay, looking for those jacks. I can throw away some more spades by playing the 3s. We keep the jack. We have the 4 of a kind. So the question is, do I copy the blue seal for the money and the value, or do I copy the jacks and make it more consistent to find my 4 of a kind? Do I go for 5 of a kind jacks? All right, here's the verdict. The verdict is, it's more important the consistency, probably. Like, if we get the 4 of a kind, the 4 of a kind's already a winning hand. Like, I don't need to go super hard with the blue seal with the gold card. If I get the 4 of a kind, which right now is not guaranteed. So let's turn this queen into this fancy jack here. We got the foily jack. And we don't need the star, but we don't need to sell it either. Play the 4 of a kind. This is gonna be huge. Maybe now, since I have all these foil cards and now that I have, you know, leveled up 4 of a kind, maybe now the arrowhead is starting to fall off in value, to be honest. So maybe we can look to replace the arrowhead with something else. We get red card here as like another scalar. Scalar, you know, what's nice about the red card, you know, it doesn't have the weakness that the green joker has where I'm not able to discard, but it's still only a $4 common compared to Ride the Bus is a $6 common. So why is this worse than Ride the Bus? Well, you know, the cost to grow this, you know, for the green joker, it's 1-to-1. You know, one hand is $1. I grow the green joker, whereas like this is $4 for a booster pack in order to grow this by +3, and that's assuming that I skip the contents of the booster pack. And so this is again kind of like hedging your bets, where like some of the times you do want to skip, like with a celestial pack, 2/3 of the time you do want to skip. But you know, if you are skipping like Arcana packs, you're missing out a lot of opportunity costs, right? Where I want to skip in order to grow my red card, but then if I skip, I'm basically not taking any booster packs. And if I'm not taking any booster packs, then, you know, what's the point of even being in the shop if I'm just skipping all the booster packs, right? And so, you know, as a common joker, I think it's a very powerful common joker, but it's not going to be as powerful as Ride the Bus. It's not going to be as powerful as Green Joker. On like a per round basis, you can grow this very fast, but there's a huge opportunity cost, and the opportunity cost is higher than the opportunity cost of not discarding, in my opinion. All right, let's go. Do I want the plutonium? Do I want Earth here? I do want this. Overstock Plus is huge, so maybe we overstock first. I was considering whether or not I want to buy the planets so that I can block the duplicate cards. Since I have the 2 planets in the shop, when I open the Celestial pack, I would get 5 different planets. Okay, there's Uranus again. We don't need to take that. We can take Mars. I'm going all in on 4 of a kind. Like I said, with the 8 hands, we can get the 4 of a kind. Let's try a Mega Standard pack. Looking for more seals. If we don't get more seals, we can take a Jack, and it happens to be a Jack of Spades. If I do take the Jack, it makes it easier for me to get my 4 of a kind, but it makes it harder for me to get my blue seal. I think for this Jack of Spades specifically, we skip. We already can consistently get our 4 of a kind. We used the death card on the queen to make an extra Jack. We were able to make an extra Jack without adding a card to the deck. Then it's okay. But adding a card to the deck is that detrimental. I'm just going to save my money for interest and go next. I'm looking to replace this arrowhead. We could take handy tag here. We've played a lot of hands, and so this is worth 50 bucks. The question is like, is playing this out worth more than 50 bucks? Is being able to see the booster packs in the next shop worth 50 bucks? The answer is no. I think here you would take the handy tag. Here I would take the handy tag for 50 bucks. But if I want to maximize my green joker, if I want to grow my green joker, we got to play it out. All right, let's 10,000 points. If I play the spades, am I going to be fine? Probably. 3,000 points, that's kind of spooky. Here we can play the threes and we can ditch the queen of spades. Maybe I should use the star to turn things into non-spades, maybe? I don't think that's unreasonable. We have the 4 of a kind, so I'm just going to keep the 4 of a kind. Now we have the blue seal, so now we've done it. Now if I want, it doesn't really matter what I draw, so I'm just going to play the 9 here. 8. 10. You know, for the purposes of the telescope voucher, 1 in 16 voucher is going to give you the telescope voucher. Maybe I don't want to play high card as much. Maybe it's too late, you know? 1, 2, 3, 4. Play the jacks. Sorry, I should check out what the boss is. The boss says $1 per card played. With the burglar, that's painful. Incredibly painful. 140,000 here. So remember, our goal is 1.2 million. Then we would be able to beat the gold stake purple vessel. Let's see if we can get there with just green joker. Okay, troubadour for the extra hand size. Maybe that helps us dig. We said we don't want the -1 hand. Right, we already said that. Devil, do I want a gold card? Is there a card that I want to turn into gold? Maybe. I mean, maybe I just take it and it pays for itself. Let's try a standard pack. I'm looking for more seals, so here's a blue seal. Is this something that I want? It's not a jack. Makes it harder for me to find my jacks. I think it's worth it. I mean, currently we're scoring enough points. It's safe enough to take it. I'll take the devil. I can turn my extra blue card into an extra blue gold card. Let's try the Arcana pack now. Temperance for 20 bucks, Hermit for 20 bucks. Something a little bit awkward about, you know, the egg here. We did take the clearance sale voucher that's going to reduce the cost of your cards. That also reduces the selling price. And then so as far as like selling price, $1, $2, you know, also the egg is reduced, so our temperance is not worth very much. But it's also only round 13. We're only halfway through the run, and so Northern Lion here is going to pay off later. Maybe, do I want a Mars card or do I want 20 bucks? I think I'd rather have the money so that I can reroll for better jokers. And then also I could reroll for a death card in the shop. We have the overstock vouchers, so our dollars are worth a lot more than normal, right? Because each dollar spent on rerolling, you're going to get twice as much value if you see twice as many card slots. So I think the $20 is worth more than a Mars card here. Normally it's the other way. Normally I would take the Mars card, but in this particular instance, because we have the overstock, let's take Temperance here and reroll. Rebate is incredibly powerful, perhaps overpowered. Unfortunately, we're not using our discards here. I would do that. I would get rid of the burglar and take the rebate here, but if we want to maximize the green joker, then we just pass here. Foils are good, maybe, in general, in theory, but you know, once we have arrowhead, once we have the level up 4 of a kind, now it doesn't matter anymore. Maybe now let's re-roll. Death card is exactly the kind of thing that I'm looking for. Now we can get ×4 for our 4 of a kind. So, you know, how do we evaluate this arrowhead? How much is the arrowhead doing? If I do play my 4 of a kind, 240 chips, and let's say I play 4 spades, this is 200. So 200 on top of 240, that's less than 100%, right? So that's less than a ×2 is what this is doing. But all of my jacks are bonus and foil, so I have not just 240 chips, but I have something more like 340 chips. So then this is like less than an additional 50%, right? Less than 50% of what we're currently doing. So we sell the arrowhead, we pick up the family. Huge. And if I reroll down to $28, let's go next. I could re-roll the boss, but I skip a whole round here. Let's just play it out. I guess the question is like, am I gonna lose more than this amount of money from playing the boss, right? Like if I skip this, is that gonna save me 40 bucks if I skip? All right, I think I wanted, since I have the extra blue seals in the deck, let's just make the extra jacks with the death card, making it easier for me to find my 4 of a kind, because if I get the 4 of a kind faster, then I can just beat the boss faster without having to use as many hands. Let's do that. Let's use the ace as an opportunity to get rid of the king here. We can get rid of the 10 as well. Oh wait, we don't have the arrowhead, so we can just play whatever. Huge. Big if true. Just don't play 2 pair. Single pairs are okay. Okay, I have death. Death guarantees me that I have 4 jacks, so I'm going to throw away 1 jack. Yeah, there's another jack. Since I have the leveled up 4 of a kind already, I'm not going to go for the 5 of a kind. Especially, like I said, with the green joker, I'm not using my discards. Well, I guess I'm using burglar as discards. Alright, 14 cards left in the deck. We get the 1 blue seal. That's the one that I wanted to turn into gold. This king I can turn into a jack. And then there's the 4 of a kind. Alright, currently green joker giving us plus 65 on top of 25 here. I guess on top of 28 here. So green joker is currently like a ×3, right? It's giving us 200% more than what we're currently doing. So that's 200% more is the same as a ×3. So we bought this early. We spent $65 to get a ×3. The question is, if I just had the $65, could I find a ×3 by doing $65 worth of rerolls? The answer is probably. Not guaranteed, not 100%, but the answer is probably. Here, you know, for like scoring purposes, we could consider taking the photograph. Could try Sock My Buskin here. This is a very powerful combo. Also, Sock My Buskin is going to be very powerful with these jacks, getting the retriggers on the foil, the bonus cards. Though, like I said before, we already have like high level 4 of a kind, so we already have high level chips as a base. Maybe now is the situation where we ditch some of these value generators for more scoring generators. We have a red seal 9 that I can turn into a red seal jack. Would be pretty exciting. It's ante 5, round 14, so we got like 10 rounds left. I have 10 rounds in order to get some value out of this. I think I want to do it. I think this 9 is close enough to a jack. If this were an 8 with a red seal, I would pass. What am I re-triggering? Currently, I'm not re-triggering anything. Maybe we don't take it then. If I don't have anything to re-trigger anyway. Though maybe I could be re-triggering the photograph, but I can do that with Sock My Buskin as well. So I think here's the point where green joker is obsolete now. Like if you get glass cards multiplying my base of my 4 of a kind here, then green joker is obsolete. If I get photograph, which turns my face cards into glass, then my green joker is obsolete. So we stick with the green joker so that we can try to grow it as much as possible. Just to flex. So maybe we drop Northern Lion here and we pick up, do we want to Sock My Buskin or do we want the photograph here? So as far as like X Mult, I think photograph is replaceable. We could do something better. Sock My Buskin can allow us to re-trigger. Maybe we make foil glass cards in the end game. Like that could be kind of cool. Let's do that. Pick up the Celestial pack. Here I'm actually going to skip, I'm actually going to pass, and what that's going to do is, you know, the next time that I see a Fool card, it's going to copy Death was the last card that I used. Actually, wait, no, Mars was the last card that I used because of the blue seal. We have money for rerolls. Alright, ×2 for a flush is not what we're doing. We can reroll again. Hermit for 20 bucks here. We could do this. With the obelisk, we have burglar, we have green joker, and then so, you know, high card is our most played hand. As long as we don't play high card, we can grow the obelisk. Though maybe if I do start growing the obelisk, you know, kind of like acrobat here, what's nice about the acrobat is I only get ×3 on my final hand. This is going to give me a big X Mult bonus to every hand. Maybe that's not what I want to be doing. The pants is one that grows big enough, fast enough that this takes a lot longer for this to become obsolete compared to the green joker. I really do like the pants, but it's an uncommon, right? So it's of course, you know, much more powerful than the green joker. Keep re-rolling here since we have the money. Let's take a glass card. I'm gonna make a glass jack. I might not play it right away. I might not, you know, try to break the glass. Let's go reroll one more time. We could take Michelle here. I think it's a little bit late for Michelle. So certainly the plus 15 we don't need because we have all this plus mult from the green joker, though you could consider, you know, when Michelle goes, you get the Cavendish times 3. I don't really need the Cavendish times 3 because I already have Acrobat and Family times 3, so maybe we pass on this. We could take the Priestess, take a chance on the Priestess. In that case, I'm not going to re-roll anymore. I'm just going to hold the tarot cards that I have. Alright, in this situation, now I'm looking for my jacks. Maybe what I can do is I can start playing hands that might score more points. I'm trying to win with less cards, right? I'm going to lose a ton of money here. Maybe that's something to consider. I wasn't considering that when I was in the shop. Maybe I shouldn't have re-rolled as much. So if I just play 2 flushes, or if I just play a flush here and then another hand, it's going to be a winning hand. Maybe that's something to consider. Maybe that's the way that we save our money, is by playing the flush. Maybe what I can do, since I already have the flush in hand, I could just play singletons. 1 card at a time to grow the green joker, and then with my final hand get the Acrobat times 3 on the flush. Probably. Let's do that. I think what I want to do... Oh, we could get the blue seal for the flush as well. So now I'm spending $2 per hand in order to grow the green joker. But, hey, let's max it out. If you're going to do it, let's go all the way. We already got a nice amount on the green joker. Might as well keep it going. Burn the 2 here. Or sorry, the 10. And the 9. And then I'm going to make a glass jack. And then I'm not going to play it, because like I said, I don't want to break the jack. Leveling up. Is it too late for Uranus? I think I'm just going to sell both of these, actually. Just take the money. Maybe I'll hold on to the Saturn card to block duplicate Saturn cards. Now, if we do play the flush, we know with the Acrobat this is going to be a winning hand. So we don't get the 4 of a kind. We don't get the Mars card, but also we didn't, lose 40 bucks there. We only lost like 15 bucks there. So I'm going to count that as a win. All right, next we need, let's see here. We could skip for orbital tag, gives us high card. Boss says no repeat hand types. That means also, with the green joker here, I think this only counts, this only grows if the hand scores. And so when it says no repeat hand types, if you play high card twice, this is not going to grow. So like that's kind of unfortunate. We could take the luchador. Maybe instead of sock my buskin here, we could take the luchador as a way of getting around that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, oh, I forgot we could also do this. We could just take the director's cut. That's okay, Sock My Buskin wasn't doing that much for us. It was only just re-triggering our glass card, and that was only going to happen in ante 8 anyway. We'll find some other better replacement before then anyway. Let's go Celestial Pack. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4 planet cards. So better than 50% chance of finding a Mars card. Of course, we just can't stop finding Uranus, so we'll take that instead. And then go Celestial Pack again. There's the Mars card. Director's Cut takes us down to $24, but then I'm going to sell one of these anyway, so that's fine. And then go next. Alright, I want to... We'll see how the shopping goes, whether or not I reroll the boss. Alright, I'm looking for my jacks. That's it. Don't play 2 pair. 2 pair is worth too many points. Am I willing to throw away one jack while I'm digging for more jacks? That leaves me with 3 jacks left in the deck. I'm not gonna do that. I do want the blue seal, but I guess it's safe. Like, we're not gonna lose, right? We're not gonna lose from, you know, once we have the ×3 from the acrobat. As long as I just play 2 jacks, that's already a winning hand. I'm gonna play this jack. I don't want to play the glass one because I don't want it to break. But I am gonna try at least a little bit. Now that I'm playing the queen, I can play the jack. I'm trying to find my other blue seal. The odds of me getting it are not very good. Oh well. Alright, here's the 4 of a kind. Now we can sell the Jupiter card. And we'll get the extra $6 from the gold cards. 700,000 points. Remember, the goal is we need a million points, 1.2 million points to beat the purple boss on the highest stakes. You know, here the Giga Chad gives us the retrigger on the glass card. So like long term, if we get the Giga Chad, that's going to be worth, you know, as much or perhaps more than the, what is it? More than Sock My Buskin. Though maybe we can replace this later. Let's go standard pack. Okay, so there's a retriggering, there's a red seal king or another jack. I think we don't need either of those. We'll go celestial pack. Mars card, perfect. Now level 12. We can go, yeah, do I want the Giga Chad here? Do I want to reroll the boss or do I want to use the Luchador? Let's just use the Luchador. This is a common. We can get a Giga Chad later. Let's go next. Plus 80 on the green Joker, but we got 40 base. So currently it's still acting like a ×3 Joker. Until we find a ×3 Joker and then we replace it with a ×3 Joker, even after spending 80 bucks to level it up. Let's try not to play 2 pair. Show me some jacks. There's a jack. Maybe I'll get rid of A9 here. Let's keep digging for jacks and blue seals and gold cards. So it's not impossible to dig. Really, we have the burglar is helping us. The burglar is sparing us from the limitations of the green Joker. Okay, so we got the jacks. We can dig for more blue seal. Odds of us getting it are not very good. That's okay. A million points? Almost there. Okay, Jupiter, Mercury, 44 bucks. If I am going to use the Luchador, I'm not going to re-roll because I'm going to wait until after I use the Luchador, after I have an empty slot, then re-roll to refill it. So here we'll just go, maybe let's go Celestial Pack. If I don't get Mars here, I think Uranus I gotta pass. Because the Arcana pack has a 1 in 7 chance of giving me a Fool. We could take Temperance for 10 bucks. Unfortunately, we had to let Northern Lion go. So maybe, do I want a Death card? I don't really want an extra 10. I could make a glass 10 and I can turn it into a Jack later. Is a glass 10 worth 10 bucks to me? Probably not. A glass Jack is worth 20 bucks to me, but a glass 10 is not worth 10 bucks to me. That's kind of how it goes. All right, let's go next. So we sell the Luchador. Hey, that's cheaper than re-rolling it. Okay, what I'm looking for a pair so I can ditch the glass Jack. Or a higher face card. Let's play the regular jack to get rid of it. Aha, so I can get rid of the glass jack. Okay, we got the blue seal. Now we're just looking for another jack. Okay. Odds of us getting the next blue seal, apparently it's 100%. There it is. Let's play one more card here, and we'll throw down with the jacks. Almost enough points. We do have 6 more rounds left for us to grow. Let's go next. Temperance for $8. Emperor. We'll go... I'll use Temperance first. Emperor now has a chance to give me another Temperance. Hangman is actually huge. Hierophant may be less important. Before I open these celestial packs, let's do some re-rolling. ×2 from the duo is fine. It's not great. I'd rather have, you know, maybe another money generator. Hermit for $20. We have Earth, we have Saturn. I think with 2 planet cards in the shop, I'll open the celestial packs now. Yeah, maybe all of this stuff doesn't matter. We can level up flushes. We can level up 3 of a kind, and then use the Hermit card after. I am going to reroll more, so is it worth it for me to buy and then hold on to a planet card? Probably, because it only cost me $2 and I sell it for $1, so we can hold on to it to block duplicates. I think duo, I'm going to replace with the clown, because I can get a ×3 instead of a ×2. So I'll pick up the clown here and then re-roll. Senor Huesos, we don't need. Sorry, what's the final boss situation here? Boss says face cards are debuffed. That's not an issue because we have high enough level base. We have all this X mult here. We have plus 90 from the green joker, almost 100 from the green joker. Okay, so 100 is still slightly less than 2 times, so it's still pulling its weight for now, as long as we keep investing in it, as long as we're maxing it out with the burglar value here, as long as we have the synergy. You know, one thing that's like kind of nice about Senor Huesos is if you just use this on the final boss, you only need to score 1/4 of the points. This is the same as a X4 Mult, basically. It's the same as the X4 Joker for the final boss. Of course, we don't need it, so we go next. Emperor here. Yeah. We can use the Hangman, we can use the Emperor after. So now that I have these tarot cards, maybe we save our money and re-roll in the next shop. We get a freebie with the clown. Let's go next. Do you want to skip for $40? Before I would have skipped for $40, but now this late in the run, I don't think I'm going to skip for $40 compared to, you know, all the value that we get from just shopping. Let's go next. You know, not even counting the green joker here, trying to grow the green joker. We go remove the, I guess, the queen and the 3 here with the hangman. Emperor. Death is huge. I want to use the death to get more fancy jacks. Maybe what I want to do is I want to get an extra glass jack. We are in, you know, 5 more rounds left, and so maybe now is the time that you start making glass cards this late in the run. So let's play the high card here. Lovers we're going to end up selling when we draw our blue seal. I'm going to keep the 7s in hand. That way if I draw the glass cards, I can use the 7s to discard the glass cards. I could also use the death card to copy the blue seal, but we haven't really had trouble drawing the blue seal. So maybe now is the time. Maybe then now's the time we make the extra glass jack. And I can use the 7s as a way of discarding it. Okay. I can use a king as a way of discarding a jack. We still have 5 more jacks in the deck. Yeah, I'm just making sure we're going to be able to draw it in time. Suspicious. Our 2 pair, if we need it in an emergency, our 2 pair does score a decent amount of points. I need 2 jacks, which is kind of an awkward position to be in, to be completely honest. Am I willing to get rid of one of these blue seals? Nah. So if we just play 2 pair, we win, but we don't need to because we drew the jacks. If we just play a pair, we win. If we just play the high card jack because we have the ×3, we probably win also. Oh well, here's the 4 of a kind. Alright, go next. Photograph as a ×2, I think we don't want. Arcana pack, let's go standard pack first. Gold 10 we don't need. Let's reroll. I'm looking for tarot cards first, and then we'll open the Arcana pack once we have the tarot cards in hand. We could get the bean instead of the clown here. Having the extra hand size makes it easier for us to find our gold, maybe. I think I'm just gonna keep re-rolling here. We could pick up Northern Lion again as like a value generator. Now it's kind of late. I think the clown's gonna be worth more money, and the clown is worth as much money as you are spending on rerolls. And so if we're spending a lot of rerolls on, or if we're spending a lot of money on rerolls, then the clown is like worth more money. So we can take, do I want a glass joker? I think I don't want a glass joker. Here's the thing that you can do with the glass joker is the glass cards, they don't have to break naturally. You can just use Hangman to destroy the glass cards, and that also counts. And then that grows your glass joker faster than it would normally. So that's like something to keep in mind. I think I do want a steel card though. Maybe these blue gold cards, maybe I start trying to make Derek as a steel card. Let's keep rolling here for more. We have the driver's license is ×3, but only when we have 16 enhanced cards, which we don't currently have, but I think we can get there. And so I think now with the clown, we sell it and we pick up the driver's license here. So instead of the duo that gave us ×2, driver's license is going to give us ×3. We don't need Uranus, so we'll just roll one more time. No discards for the burnt joker. We have ×3 from the trio instead of the driver's license. We could pick up an extra glass card and an extra enhanced card. So now again, you know, we have this consideration of, okay, our 4 of a kind, this plus 100 is currently a ×3. So like the difference between 100 more on top of 50, that's ×3. But in the end game, once I play just a single glass card, then now my 100 plus 100 is a ×2. If I play the 2 glass cards in the same hand, that brings me up to 400 mult. And then now, of course, the green joker, you know, rapidly falling off. And so maybe here is the point where you replace the green joker with the trio here. And so, yeah, maybe not. Let's see. If we want to, again, continue to max out the green joker here, we keep the burglar. We can sell the driver's license and replace it with the trio. I guess like in the future, I don't want the driver's license to be always on. I like having the 3 of a kind being only sometimes on. Let's open the Arcana pack now and then save our money to reroll in the next shop. What do I want to make into steel? I could save this for, like I said, we can make Derek here, turn the blue gold card into steel. I'm going to put it on the jack because I know that the jacks I hold in my hand, I don't discard them. I could make another glass card, maybe make the foil glass card is like kind of huge. Maybe I hold off on that. Let's go ahead and do it. What I want now is a death card. So I could also use the magician to make some lucky cards. Let's do this first. Let's use the emperor in case it gives me a death card. I can use it right now. or a hangman I can use right now. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the king as a way of like discarding the glass cards. I've been removing the higher cards because like 10s I can strengthen to jacks, but like queens and kings I can't. But maybe I should keep the high cards as a way of holding on to the glass cards. Like if I play king jack, then I can discard a glass card that way. So maybe we'll use the hangman on the low cards. Hierophant we could, but we don't need to, so we won't. I think with the magician also, maybe I won't. Yeah, maybe money. And go next. What's nice about this boss, if my face cards are debuffed, I can just play the glass cards. I don't have to worry about them breaking. I don't have to smash. Yeah, let's play the kings here. Wait, maybe let's not play the kings. Let's try to draw the jacks first. Get rid of this Hierophant. Okay. Play the ace. Where are my jacks at? So there's a glass jack, and if I play the kings, I can discard the glass jack. I actually have a lot of glass in the deck, and so maybe I don't have that many non-glass jacks, and so maybe I shouldn't throw away a jack. But I did also use, you know, hangman, and now I only have 48 cards in the deck. So I got pretty good chances here of getting the jacks. Of course, if we don't get the jacks, we just play 3 of a kind, and that's also a winning hand. There's the jacks. There's a steel jack, so I can throw away one of these jacks. And that's it. Lock it up. Two more Mars cards. Okay, again here, Giga Chad is going to be a ×4 if I have the glass card with the retriggers. I mean, that seems very exciting. Obviously not right now against this boss, debuffing our face cards. Hallucination as a tarot card generator. I think what I want to do is we'll buy the planet cards. That way if I re-roll more planet cards, we'll get... Okay, so do I want Fool for money or do I want Mars cards? Do I want Strength to turn my 10s into jacks finally, and I can use the Fool to copy it? That seems very exciting to me, to be honest. I think I'd rather use the Fool to copy a Hermit. I'd rather reroll for a Death card. Maybe I use the hold on to the Fool and use the Fool to get a Death card that way. I definitely want to do this. I want to use the Mars card. And then use the Celestial Packs, holding on to these to block duplicates so we have a better chance of getting Mars. If we don't get Mars, I guess it doesn't matter if I skip, because I'm going to use the Hermit anyway. And then now I definitely want to pick up Strength here. I definitely want to pick up the Fool. I think what I'll do is I'll re-roll first. If I find a Death card, I'll use the Fool to copy Death. If I don't find a Death card, I'll use the Fool to copy the Hermit. We get a negative red card. Well, alright. Yeah, we can add the yellow card to our team here. Yellow card I'll put right there. Alright, let's go re-roll. We can make another gold card. I don't think really need to be doing, if we reroll, we'll go down to $29. We're not really making that much money per round because we're spending all our hands on the green joker. So we'll just go next here. Though I do have the Fool giving me 20 bucks, so maybe we reroll one more time. All right. Take the money and then go next. Okay, so I'm looking for my jacks. I have the 9s. Oh, I can turn my 10s into jacks. What flavor 10s do I want to use? Do I want to turn my blue seal? I want to turn this 10 into a jack, and then that way you know, if I have this as a jack, I can hold it in hand and maybe we draw it, maybe we don't. So I'm gonna ditch some of my jacks, knowing that I only have 48 cards in the deck. I don't need these 10s. I have 4 more jacks in the deck, and I'm gonna make 2 10s into jacks, so I'll throw away 2 jacks here. All right, now we'll keep the jacks. Okay, so we got the jacks. Now I'm just looking for my other blue gold card. There it is. So we'll go 10s into jacks. That's it. So play the 7. And here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunately, we only get the 1 planet card. Plus 120 on the green joker. Suppose we could have had blueprint, we could have had brainstorm, we could have had even more hands. Sorry, blueprint and brainstorm, by the way, you can copy the burglar, and even though you only lose the discards once, you get the extra hands multiple times. So we could have had extra hands. We could use the card sharp. Normally this is a combo, normally this is the type of thing that you're doing with the green joker is like, oh, I'll just play pairs a lot and then get times through on all of my pairs, or even just like playing multiple flushes, you can do that. Here we're going kind of a different direction, we're leveling up our 4 of a kind. Flush for the to-do list. I want the extra hand size so that when I open the spectral pack I'll have extra cards with the extra hand size. I want the celestial pack. I want to buy both of these. I'm trying to figure out how much re-rolling I want to do first. Let's buy Neptune first, re-roll. So now Neptune, Jupiter, Earth. Let's open the celestial pack, holding on to these planets. So we don't get Mars, unfortunate. I think in that case I'll just skip. We get +3 on our yellow card. Spectral pack takes me down to $38. What's the boss? The boss is, there it is, the violet vessel, the purple boss. So let's reroll for tarot cards. Maybe I can use it inside the spectral pack if I get a tarot card. Maybe I'll buy a planet card to block duplicates. We get X2 from seeing double. We can maybe get ×3 from the flower pot, but I guess we already have enough good stuff. So $30 in the bank. Let's open the spectral pack. I'm looking for immolate. If I don't get immolate, I can go negative, or I guess I have multiple options here. So I think I want this. I want the ectoplasm, extra joker slot, so we can get some more scoring online here. You know, someone asked me, at what point do you take the ectoplasm? Like, at what point is it worth it to lose the hand size? And I think earlier on in the run, it's generally not worth it. Later on in the run, it is for 2 reasons. So 1, your deck quality is better. Like, your deck manipulation is better. We have more jacks. It's easier for me to find my jacks, so my hand size is not as important, right? And then second, your joker quality is also better. Later on, now I have all of these, you know, high scoring X Mult Jokers, and so those are the types of things that I want to turn into negative. I don't want to turn random garbage into negative, like this, you know, purple joker. What we can do here, we could make another blue seal. We could use cryptid to get more glass cards. And then that way, you know, in our final hand, it's going to be easier for us to find the glass card. So maybe this foil glass could be the kind of thing that we want to copy. Sure, let's do it. And then that'll set us up nicely for the final boss. Now that I have an empty slot here, do I want the flower pot? You know, what's the chance of me being able to play all different jacks? Or seeing double is pretty easy, pretty free to just play like a jack of clubs here. Or do we take the money? This is $5. Let's take the money. We can reroll for better. Let's go next. I'm going to sell the planets and go next. So let's dig for those jacks. Okay, we got the jacks. They're glass jacks. I guess I have enough glass, I can break a few. Let's play the steel jack. Okay, now let's play another jack. Maybe a pair of jacks. Maybe a pair of jacks this way. Okay, how about now I can use the ace to throw away my glass jacks. We have -1 hand size, so it's going to be harder for us to find more jacks in the future. But I think here, I think we're safe enough, so I'll throw away one of the glass cards. All right, we can now with the blue seal in hand, 5 jacks left in the deck. Let's use up one more. Okay. Play the 9s. 3 of a kind jacks wins. 4 of a kind also works. Let's play these. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. So 280 before the green joker. So green joker is plus 120 on top of 280. We break one of our glass cards, but we've got plenty more left over. We could take the clown here for the re-roll. So let's do that. We get plus 32 from a fortune teller. We can, before we open the Arcana packs, let's re-roll for more tarot cards. Maybe what we do is we hold on to these tarot cards because of the duplicates. Now we can get the Giga Chad, and I think we do that. I think we do take the Giga Chad. I'm gonna re-roll one more time. We could get Blackboard. Maybe we can set this up. So let's open the Arcana packs first. Okay, so Fool, I can get another Mars card. I can use Hermit for 20 bucks. I think I'd rather have the 20 bucks. Steel cards are also could be useful. I already have a Steel Jack, so maybe I don't need a Steel King, Steel 10. I think we just take the money here. I could consider, making the black cards turn the hearts into clubs for the blackboard. All right, Hermit again, or we can use the death card. Actually, we can do both here. Yeah, definitely do that. So let's go Hermit first. I'm gonna use Death second in case I get a Fool card. I'm gonna make another even more glass jacks. Now, do we want the blackboard? I think we hold on to the burglar and try to push it just one more round further. So let's go next. DNA if I want to use it to make more jacks. I don't think we need that. There's the death card. We'll take that. And flower pot is not it. Let's save the money and then we'll re-roll for, a bunch of tarot cards in the next shop. Okay, so ace, I can throw away a jack. This fancy jack, the foil jack, that one I want to try to hold on to. I'm going to use the death card to make an extra steel jack, actually. Queen, we can throw away the glass jack just to get rid of it. I'd like to find my lucky cards for the Chad. Hold on to the Queen in case I want to use it to get rid of a jack. All right, we've got glass jack we can throw away because I'm going to use the death card to make an extra steel one anyway, so I know I have enough jacks already. This glass jack, I guess we hold on to. Maybe I play it. Because I want to dig for my other blue seal. And I know that I'm using the death card already. Okay, there's the blue seal. We play the 9 for the money. Maybe? Okay, so which jack do we want again? We want the steel one because we already have enough glass ones. Already have enough glass jacks. Let's go ahead and make a steel jack. Here we don't play the steel jack. That way we can, you know, hold on to the glass ones. How many glass ones do we have anyway? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't need 5 glass jacks. If I want, I can smash one and it'll be fine. I can make a gold card here. I can make a gold king for the money. And let's go smash. I'm gonna hold the steel card in hand so that you can see how much it is. So with the Giga Chad here, we've got, you know, 600 mult, 800 mult, and then plus 100 on top of that from the purple joker. Alright, Fool, we can get another Mars card. I think I'd rather have a Death card, so we hold on to the Fool. JJ here, you know, another like scaling joker, uncommon joker. This does very little early on because, you know, rerolls are expensive. But later on, you're rerolling anyway, and this can grow very, very fast in the mid game. And then has the same limitations that the green joker does. Though maybe, you know, the limitation here is with the flash card, you're re-rolling anyway. You're not doing anything extra in order to grow the flash card. You're just re-rolling normally. And then if the flash card becomes obsolete, it's fine, you just sell it. Let's go Buffoon Pack. I would like to find a Blueprint or a Brainstorm again. We can grow our yellow card here. Standard pack. We could get the red seal. Too late for the red seal. So we skip. And reroll. Before we reroll, we can buy the Magician to block the duplicates. Too late for the Spaceman. Blackboard. Can we do the Blackboard? I feel like we can. And so maybe what we want to do, maybe we drop the Burglar. And then we pick up the Blackboard. And now we got all the X-Mult. Alright, we can go Tower we don't need. Gelato we don't need. Pareidolia we don't need. Alright, the shop didn't really give us what we wanted, but we can use the Fool for a Mars card, and that should be it. That should be enough. So let's go next. Alright, this boss is allegedly very large. So now I can use my discards if I want, so I will. I want to find jacks, and I guess I don't get to use the steel ones if I have the blackboard now. That's a little bit stinky, to be honest. So like, what's better, ×3 or having the steel ones? I guess having the steel ones, or sorry, I guess having the blackboard is better. Blackboard is better for 2 reasons. 1, because it's X3 instead of like however many steel cards, and then 2, it's also better because it happens after the green joker. I think we don't hold the blue seals anymore. So I want to find all of my glass jacks, so I'm actually going to discard this Jack of Spades here. Alright, let's discard here. Actually, we don't get to discard. It's going to be 3 of a kind is actually not what I want. So maybe I hold on to this 6 here. I want to make sure that I don't score too many points. So let's go ahead and ship it. Alright, next let's go 2s, 10s, and queen here. Ship it. Plenty of jacks left in the deck. We've got 6 more jacks left in the deck. Okay, we drop the ace, we drop the red cards. Show me those jacks, just one more jack. Okay, unfortunately we don't get the blackboard value, but we do get all of these shiny jacks. We could get the retrigger from the Giga Chad here. We've got plus 138 on the green joker. And we've got, you know, 80 on our 4 of a kind here. Ship it. And then that's it. That's 114 million points with the purple joker here. Cameo from the yellow card as well. All right, so here, you know, obviously here we got the blue seal, and the blue seal was able to level up our 4 of a kind. On the other hand, we also got the burglar, and the burglar was able to level up our, you know, purple joker even more than normal. Sorry, we'll get this here. We'll go to the endless mode so that I can point at stuff. Yeah, so, you know, we're able to get this up to, you know, 140 mult here by using the burglar. Burglar was especially helpful there. If you want to really maximize your green joker, you know, we were using the acrobat so that we're only scoring with the final hand. We're using family and trio here. We said it could be difficult. It could be difficult to dig through your deck in order to find a high ranking hand, a high scoring hand. But with the help of the burglar, we were able to pull it off. With even just not that much deck manipulation in the beginning. In the beginning, we didn't actually have that many Arcana packs because we were saving our money for interest, so that we can spend our hands, spend our money growing our purple joker here. So, you know, obviously once you had like the high level hands here, then this sort of thing, any kind of scaling joker is going to be obsolete in the end game. Even if this were giving us chips instead of mult, we still have the chips being outpaced by the planet cards here. And so, you know, getting the blue seals, that's not like rare technology. The seals are going to come up very often, and if it's not blue seal, then it's purple seal. If it's not purple seal, then it's, you know, you still these enhanced cards. Glass cards are pretty free. Glass cards are very common. We didn't even have any jokers giving us tarot cards. We just have like a normal amount of tarot cards from Arcana packs here. And so, yeah, it's a common joker. It's a $4 joker. You get a common $4 worth of value out of it. Don't spend, you know, don't commit too much to the purple joker. But if you enjoy it, then also do it. All right. Take care, everyone.